Billie, and I'm going to play a song that I made up.
And the Grammy goes to Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish.
Bad guy, Billie Eilish.
Bad guy. When we fall asleep, where do we go?
And I should know.
Came about. It just happened, and it was so nice.
You saved my life!
I saved your life? Did I save your life? Who said that?
Yes!
Oh, you saved mine.
And so I kind of was like, how can I take advantage of this horrible, horrible thing that I have to deal with? You hear me? Or you want, look at my mouth. It's exactly how I feel.
Billie Eilish Pirate Bear O'Connell was born on December 18, 2001 in LA, California, into a family where creativity ran deep, and her parents, Maggie Bear, an actress, teacher, and musician, and Patrick O'Connell, also an actor and musician, raised her in the artistic neighborhood of Highland Park. From the very beginning, music and performance weren't just hobbies, they were a way of life.
'Cause I couldn't stand the pain.
That was kind of how our house felt growing up. We grew up with like 3 pianos in the house. Having music in every nook and cranny of that house was really important to me.
Her name too tells a story. Originally, Eilish was meant to be her first name and Pirate her middle name. But when her grandfather William Baird passed away while her mother was still pregnant, her parents chose to honor him, naming her Billie after the men they lost. Inspired by the success of Hanson, a band of homeschool brothers from Oklahoma, Billie's parents chose a non-traditional path.
Then I've been living my life inside out, so I take off my pants.
I don't wanna live in a world without you.
They homeschool their children, encouraging them to explore creativity beyond the walls of classroom. This freedom became the foundation for Billie's unique voice, both literally and artistically. By the age of 6, Billie had already picked up, and her love for music began to blossom. But her creativity didn't stop there. She explored horseback riding, dancing, and singing, eventually joining the prestigious Los Angeles Children's Chorus, where she redefined her vocal talent. At just 11-year-old, Billie wrote her first song, Real. It wasn't about love and heartbreak, it was about zombies, apocalypse, inspired by the obsession with the television series The Walking Dead. She even incorporated lines from the show's script and episode title into the lyrics. This early work revealed what would later define her as an artist, the ability to find emotion in the unusual, the dark, and the unexpected. Although she dabbled in acting, Billie never truly enjoyed the audition process. However, she did find joy behind the scenes, recording background dialogues for crowd scenes. In a film like Diary of Wimpy Kid, Ramona and Bezos, and even within X-Men universe. It was a quiet but formative step in her journey. Dance for a time was also a big part of her life, but in 2016, a growth plate injury forced her to stop. It was a difficult loss, but also a turning point. Billie chose to pour herself into music. From the moment on, she never looked back.
Since then, I have not danced. I'm afraid I'll wake up and I won't have any of this anymore. I'm gonna have to take the foot off.
In 2015, Billie Eilish's musical journey truly took shape when she began creating songs with her older brother, Phineas O'Connell.
Southern California, much like Arizona.
Phineas had already been writing and producing for years, even performing with his own band, The Slightlies.
I wish that I could be so much more than me.
Their first collaborative track, She's Broken and Finger Crossed were recorded in the comfort of home and quietly uploaded to SoundCloud. Raw, honest, and completely independent.
Another story of girl meets boy and gets destroyed.
Then came a turning point. On November 18, 2015, Billie uploaded a song called Ocean Eyes. Written, mixed, and produced entirely by Phineas. The song was originally intended for his band, but something about Billie's voice changed everything. The sibling realized that her ethereal and emotional tone brought the track to life in a way no one else could. So they released it under her name. They uploaded the song to SoundCloud, and almost overnight it exploded. Within just 2 weeks, Ocean Eyes had been streamed hundreds of thousands times. The haunting melody and Billie aching vocals struck a chord with the listener far beyond their expectation. In January 2016, Billie quiet rights began to a real shape. Phineas and his manager, Danny Rocassen, brokered a deal that would give Billie her first industry foothold. Apple Music signed her to Playtone, an AR company known for nurturing emerging artists before they signed to major label. It was a crucial stepping stone, one that provides space Billie to grow without immediate pressure of mainstream spotlight. With the backing of Playtone, Billie's team began to expand. She was introduced to publicists who in turn connected to channels, marking the beginning of a relationship with high fashion, and soon after, a stylist helping shape the visual identity that would become inseparable from her music. Bold, unpredictable, and entirely her own. Then come pivotal moment. On March 24, 2016, the official music video for Ocean Eyes, directed by Megan Thompson, premiered on Billie's YouTube channel. It was simple, haunting, elegant, and intimate, allowing Billie's voice and presence to do the work, and it worked. The buzz around the Billie began to spread beyond the SoundCloud. She caught the attention of influential music curators and platforms like Beat One, KCRW, BBC Radio 1, and tastemakers like Zane Lowe, and all championed her song. Radio station began spinning her track. Music supervisors started watching. Media outlets began to whisper about 14-year-old girl with the voice that felt both a whispered and a thunderclap. Ocean Eyes wasn't just a viral hit anymore. It was a spark of a moment, and Billie Eilish was no longer just a name on SoundCloud. She was becoming a global star in the making. Just months after the success of Ocean Eyes, Billie Eilish and her brother, Phineas, struck gold again. On June 23, 2016, they released their second single, 6 Feet Under, on SoundCloud, and once again, Billie hit the nail on the head.
Our love is 6 feet.
The track was slow burning and ethereal, a haunting meditation on love, loss, and emotional distance. It proved that Ocean Eyes wasn't just a fluke. Billie had a voice, had a vision, all her own. Just a week later, on June 30th, they released homemade music video for the song, shot by Billie herself and edited by her mother, Maggie Pearl. The video was raw and atmospheric, filled with floating visuals and dreamy melancholy, and it was a family affair. Yet another example of how Billie's world was built not by industry giants, but by the people closest to her. Behind the scenes, more industry's eyes were watching. Justin Lobliner, founder of The Dark Room, had been paying attention since he first heard Ocean Eyes in 2015. A rising figure in music with a sharp eye of talent, and Lobliner had built his company from the ground up, representing artists like Griffin and Alec Benjamin.
He's grabbing her hips and pulling her in, kissing her lips and whispering in her ear. And she knows that she shouldn't listen and that she should be with me by the water fountain.
While also investigating in music tech ventures like Splice and Steam, he saw something rare in Billie. Not just a great voice, but an artist who can reshape the pop music. On August 2016, Billie Eilish officially signed to Darkroom and Interscope Records under Bllie's guidance. It marked the end of her independent career and the beginning of her journey as a major label artist. Still, at the core of it all remained the same simple magic. Billie and Phineas writing songs in their childhood home, capturing feeling that the world didn't know how to describe until they heard her. With Billie now signed to Darkroom and Interscope Record, her rise was no longer just organic. It was a strategic. Justin Blie, the label founder, wasn't just interested in chasing one-hit wonder status. Instead, he crafted a long-term vision for Billie's career, one that borrowed from the playbook of the hip-hop pioneer like Travis Scott and Chance the Rapper. Rather than banking on a single breakout hit, Blie focused on building persona, a world, and a visual identity that fans could connect with deeply. He understood that Billie wasn't just a singer, she was a movement in the making. Nick's sound, outbeat fashion, and raw unfiltered personality weren't just quirks, they were core to the brands. Every video, every photo, every post, it was all part of carefully curated yet deeply personal aesthetic. The rollout wasn't just loud, but it was powerful and the most importantly, it felt real. Billie wasn't just entering the pop landscape, she was bending it to fit her shape. By January 2017, Billie Eilish released a remix EP of Ocean Eyes, keeping the momentum for her breakout hit alive. The buzz grew quickly. Not longer after, she dropped Billie Eilish, a track that mixed playful melodies with chilling lyrics, capturing her signature contrast of light and dark. Just 8 days later, Billie released Bored, featured on the 13 Reasons Why soundtrack. Her haunting voice perfectly matched the show's emotional weight, connecting deeply with younger audience. The singles kept coming, each one a new piece of a growing identity. Copycat brought fierce energy and attitude, while Watch and I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore revealed a more fragile and introspective side. Then came My Boy, clever, jazzy, take on betrayal and heartbreak.
Don't love me like you promised. My boy, my boy, my boy. He ain't a man, sure as hell.
By the end of the year, Billie had created more than just songs. She built a sound, a mood, a world, and the world was listening. On August 11, 2017, Eilish released her EP, Don't Smile at Me. Don't Smile at Me blends a dark pop, indie, and electropop with soft R&B, setting the stage for Eilish's haunting yet emotional, honest, and signature sound. It opens up with Copycat, a sharp, bass-driven track on imitation and self-worth. I Don't Wanna Be You Anymore soften the mood with piano-bladed, exploring insecurities and emotional vulnerabilities.
Don't be that way, fall apart twice.
My Boy fuses jazz pop with playful sarcasm to expose dishonesty.
My boy's being sassy.
Watch reflect emotional detachment, while its sister track And Burn, featuring Wayne Staples, reimagines the same story with fire and defiance through the hip-hop infused anger.
Lips meet teeth and tongue.
Party Favor offer a ukulele-backed sweetness that marks a passive breakup.
Hey,
Billie, a bouncy rhythm with chilling confession of a fictional criminal. Ocean Eyes, the dreamy viral hit, capture youthful longing. Finally, Hostage closes the EP with Host, minimalistic R&B, painting, and intimate, unsettling portrait of love tangled with possession and control.
I wanna steal your soul.
Together, EP showcase Billie's early emotional depth and genre-defining experimentation and storytelling, a haunting prelude to revolutionary voice in pop music. Don't Smile at Me became a quiet success, gradually building a momentum until it reached number 14 on the US Billboard 200, riding the wave for its riding popularity.
My boy loves his friends like kind of my splitters, and by that I mean he cuts them off.
Eilish set out on her first headlining tour in October 2017, bringing her unique sound and airy stage presence to the growing fan base. Much of Billie's musical DNA is shaped by the bold and unconventional voices. She draws inspiration from genre-defining artists like Donald Glover and Tyler the Creator. Their fearless approach to storytelling and sonic experimentation helped Billie to shape own distinctive voice, vulnerable, confrontational, and always unpredictable.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with him. I'd also say Tyler fucking created me. He really did. I feel like he created all of us, you know what I mean?
In September 2017, Eilish was named Apple Music Next Artist, a spotlight reserved for emerging talent and extraordinary potential. Just 2 months later, in January, she released Bitches Broken Heart, a moody, intimate track that further cemented her reputation for blending vulnerabilities with haunting minimalism.
You can lie, but I know that you're not frightened.
The song drenched in melancholy and showcased her growth lyrical depth and continued to build the quiet storm for her rise. In February 2018, Eilish set out her second headlining tour, Where's My Mind, captivating audience across North Korea, Europe until she closed in April. Around the same time, she released Party Favor on limited edition, pink 7-inch vinyl, featuring soulful stripped down cover, Drake's Hotline Bling on the B-side. But it was a haunting collaboration with Khalid, Lovely, released that April that resonated widely.
Thought I found a way.
And echoing vocals and minimalism production finding a fitting home on the soundtrack of 13 Reasons Why second season. Just a month later, in July, Billie returned with her darker edge, dropping You Should See Me in a Crown. A bold, airy single that signaled her growing confidence and command her evolving sound and image. On March 29, 2019, Eilish released her debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
I have taken out my
Invisalign and this is the album.
And with it, bold redefinition of pop music. The album dives deep into the themes of power, fear, heartbreak, and mental health, wrapped in Billie's airy and minimalistic sound. It opens up with tongue-in-cheek before launching into the bad guy, swaggering ironic take on dominance and gender role. Tracks like Zenny confront the dangers of peer pressure and emotional numbness. With You Should See Me in a Crown and All Girls Go to Hell tackles ambition and control, an environment collapse with the sharp lyrics and darker tones.
Visions I vandalize, cold in my kingdom.
Eilish soften on songs like When the Party's Over and It, revealing emotional fragility and the pain of love.
I've learned to lose. I guess I'm gonna go.
Bury a Friend brings the album's darkest momentum, probing inner demons and societal thoughts.
The debt I owe, gotta
Followed by Ilomilo, which mourns the fears of losing someone.
Try not to upset you, let you rescue me.
The closing trio, Listen Before I Go, I Love You and Goodbye, bring the album to haunting intimate finish.
Sorry can't save me now. Nothing else to change today. You didn't mean please.
Together, the project showcased Billie's fearless vulnerabilities, creative vision, solidifying her as a defining voice of a new generation. When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200 and UK album charts, making Billie first artist born on 2000s to top 2 US charts, and the youngest female ever to reach number 1 in the UK. With the album release, Billie shattered the record by placing 14 songs simultaneously on the Billboard Hot 100, the most ever by a female artist. The fifth single, Bad Guy, dropped alongside the album and quickly became a smash hit. A remix featuring Justin Bieber followed in July 2019, boosting its success even further. In August, Bad Guy reached number 1 in the US and ending Lil Nas 19-week reign with Old Town Road.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna.
Billie became the first artist born in 2000 and the youngest since Lauder to claim number 1 single on the Hot 100. Eilish kicked off her When We All Fall Asleep tour at Coachella in April 2019 and concluding the tour in November in Mexico City. Later that year, on September 27, she announced Where Do We Go World Tour, which began in Miami in March 2020 but was cut short after just 3 shows due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
On Thursday, Billie had the hard job of sharing the news with her 3.8 million Twitter followers that her upcoming March tour dates will be postponed due to the coronavirus.
On November 13, 2019, Eilish released a single, Everything I Wanted. A week later, she was nominated for 6 Grammy Awards, including Record of the Year, Song of the Year for Bad Guy, and Album of the Year, and Best New Artist at just age 17. She became the youngest artist ever nominated in all 4 major categories. That same month, she was named Billboard Woman of the Year. In January 2020, Eilish was announced as the performer of the title track of 25th James Bond film, No Time to Die, co-written and produced by her brother, Phineas. She became the youngest artist ever to write and perform Bond theme song.
This is No Time to Die.
Eilish James Bond theme No Time to Die became the second Bond song to top the UK official charts and the first Bond theme by a female artist to do so. It was also her first #1 single in the UK. At the 62 Grammy Awards, Eilish made history as the youngest artist to win big 4 categories in the same year: Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Album of the Year.
Thank you.
During COVID-19 pandemic, Eilish and Phineas performed in a virtual benefit concert like iHeartMedia Living Room Concert for America and Global Citizen together at home, covering baby hemp Sunny to raise funds and awareness. That year, she also became the youngest person to appear on Forbes Celebrities 100 list and earning $53 million. On October 24, 2020, Eilish won the Billboard Music Award Top Female Artist, Top Billboard 200 Albums, When We All Fall Asleep and Where Do We Go, and Top New Artist out of 12 nominations.
Oh my god, this is so nuts. Thank you so much, Billboard.
In November, she released the single and the video for Therefore I Am. Perform it along with My Future at Jingle Bell in December.
I'm not your friend or anything, damn.
At 63rd Grammy Awards, Eilish won Best Song Written for the Visual Medium for her Bond theme No Time to Die and Record for the Year for Everything I Wanted.
And the Grammy goes to Billie Eilish. Well done, Billie. Peace and love.
In her acceptance speech, she acknowledged that Megan Thee Stallion deserved to win, but thanked her fan and brother for the award.
Megan, girl, I was gonna write a speech about how you deserve this.
In September 2021, she released Happier Than Ever, a love letter to Los Angeles. In a cinematic concept film that offers unique and orchestral reimagining of Billie Eilish Happier Than Ever album. The album features intimate live performance and backed by lush arrangements and a dreamlike atmosphere, creating a deeply emotional and immersive experience. Throughout the film, Billie explored complex themes including emotional growth, love, trauma, fame, and public security, inviting viewers into her personal journey with vulnerabilities and honesty. The concert opened with Getting Older, where Eilish reflects candidly on the challenge of fame, aching, and processing past trauma.
Things I once enjoyed.
This is followed by I Didn't Change My Number, which showcases her confidence, detachment, and ability to set boundaries in toxic situations.
I didn't change my number.
While My Future shines with optimism and self-love, embracing the promise of independence.
Your complexion too fast.
The energy shift with Oxycontin, an intense, darky, charged song by symbolizing chaotic desire.
She couldn't look away, look away, look away.
Contrasted by the Gold Wings, which serve a solemn warning about innocence lost and exploitation, particularly within the entertainment industry.
Gold winged angel.
The cool indifference of Lost Cause addresses emotional unavailability,
Like I don't really care right now.
while the tender, hilly comet dwells into the emotional distance and vulnerabilities.
Haley's come.
A powerful spoken word interlude, Not My Responsibility, confronts the objectification and harsh judgment Billie has faced.
weaker, softer.
Setting up the stage for Overheated, a sharp critique of society and obsession with image and pressure. The philosophical Everybody Dies touches a mortality and universal fear.
We might not be alone.
Followed by Quite Powerful, Your Power, which calls out abuse and manipulation with urging accountability.
Not to abuse your power.
The mood darkens with NDA, which draw listener into the paranoia and isolation brought on by fame.
Got a stalker walking up and on the street.
Billie then fiercely reject control and social experimentation in Therefore I Am.
I don't want press to push it.
The emotional climax arrives with Happier Than Ever, a song that transitions from soft sorrow to explosive rage, articulating the pain and release of toxic relationships.
You clearly weren't aware that you made me.
The film closes with Male Fantasy, a raw, acoustic exploration of how media distorts love and lingering numbness following heartbreak.
I can't stand the dark.
Following the film, Eilish embarked on the Happier Than Ever, the world tour in February 2022. The tour was celebrated for its theatrically and emotional depth, bringing the album's intimate themes to life on stage as it toured globally, concluding in 2023.
Distract myself with pornography.
Together, the film and the tour marked a significant evolution in Billie's artistry and showcasing her growth both as a performer or as a storyteller. In 2022, Billie Eilish achieved a major milestone by winning Academy Awards for Best Original Song for No Time to Die, the theme for the James Bond film of the same name.
Billie Eilish.
This historic win made her the first person born in 21st century to receive an Oscar and solidifying her position not only as music icon but also as groundbreaking artist in film music. In that same year, Eilish made history of two world's most prestigious music festivals, and she became the youngest person headlining Glastonbury Festival 2022 and Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in 2022, captivating massive audience with powerful performance and further proving a wide-reaching influence in the music industry. On July 21, 2022, Eilish surprised fans by releasing 2-track EP titled Guitar Song, which featured tracks like TV and The 30th.
I don't wanna talk right now. I know you don't remember calling.
The unexpected release came ahead of her planned third studio album. In an interview with BBC Radio 1, Greg James, she explained her decision to release these songs early. She felt their message were urgent and needed to be shared immediately rather than waiting for full album rollout. The lyrics and themes of TV and The 30th reflect a current raw honesty that Billie wanted to express directly to her fans, highlighting her ongoing artistic evolution and commitment to emotional authenticity. Another key reason behind Eilish's surprise release of Guitar Song was her growing fatigue with her traditional heavy-handed promotional cycle, typically in the music industry. Early in her career, Eilish preferred a more organic approach, previewing new songs live during concert and releasing them with minimal marketing build-up. She wanted to return to that authentic way of sharing music and focusing on connecting with her fans directly rather than relying on elaborative promotional strategies. In 2023, Eilish expanded her artistic repertoire by making her acting debut in Amazon Prime Video satirical thriller. She portrayed Eva as an enigmatic leader for cult inspired by the real-life NXIVM organization.
Name, Kayla. Name, Kayla.
Billie's performance was met with positive reviews, marking a successful entry into the acting and showcasing her versatility as an artist beyond music. During the same year, Eilish contributed to the soundtrack of high-anticipated film Barbie by writing the song What I Was Made For.
What was I made for?
She revealed on social media that the inspiration of the song came after watching unfinished scenes from the movie during production, which deeply moved her and influenced the song's reflective and emotional tone.
Every single lyric is exactly how I feel.
The impact of What I Was Made For continued into 2024, as the song earned Billie multiple prestigious awards, including Academy Award for the Best Original Song and 2 Grammy Awards for Song of the Year and Best Song Written for Visual Media.
And the Grammy goes to Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish!
This success further cemented Eilish's position as one of the most influential and multi-talented artists. On May 17, 2024, Eilish released her highly anticipated third studio album, Hit Me Hard and Soft, a cohesive and emotional rich project showcasing her artistic growth and fearless vulnerabilities. The album weaves together the theme of intimacy, pain, passion, and self-discovery, following like a continuous narrative that balances softness and sharp edges. The album's opener was Skinny, a gentle yet melancholy meditation on the body image, self-worth, and the relentless pressure of being seen and judged. This set a deeply personal and introspective tone. Next, Lunch arrived as a bold and queer anthem, filled by playful filtration and unapologetic confidence, celebrating sexual freedom and identity.
I could eat that girl for lunch as she dances on.
Chihiro draws inspiration from Spirited Away, using the surreal and metaphorical image to explore emotional and detachment and fading intimacy.
Open up the door, can you open up the door?
Tenderness takes center stage in Birds of a Feather, a timeless love song expressing deeply devotion and quiet heartbreak.
Birds of a feather.
Following this, Wildflower addresses the bittersweet pain of watching loved one finding happiness elsewhere and grappling with the loss and longing.
But I see her.
The greatest builds a subtle beginning into the cinematic crescendo and conveying feeling for abandonment and disappointment with raw emotional intensity.
Man, am I the great?
In L'amour de Marvin, Billie revisits a fractured relationship with biting sarcasm and sorrow and dismantling the myth of forever love with stark honesty.
Were the love of my life.
The album shifts gears with The Dinner, a dark and airy storyline track that channels a stalker and perspective-bending psychology horror with dark humor and showcasing Billie's narrative range. Bittersweet is a two-part exploration of love complexities, shifting perspective and tone to reflect on longing and the blurry line between bitterness and sweetness. Finally, Hit Me Hard and Soft closes with Blue, a haunting and layered finale that weaves in lyrics from earlier tracks and evoking a sense of circularity, of emotional closure and release, both devastating and liberating. Billie Eilish's story is one of the extraordinary talent, quiet rebellion and fearless authenticity. From teenage bedroom in Los Angeles to global stage, she redefined what it means to be a pop icon in 21st century. Unapologetically herself from the start, and Billie broke records and shattered expectations and built a career not by following trends but by setting them. Through whispered vocals and raw lyrics, she gave voice to generation grappling with mental health, fame, identity and vulnerabilities. She became the youngest artist to sweep the Grammys, wrote and performed 2 Oscar-winning songs, and earned acclaim not only as a musician but as an actress and culture icon. Yet, what makes Billie's journey most powerful isn't just the accolades, it's her unwavering commitment to honesty, whether addressing body image, social pressure, and personal loss or love. She invites the world into her innermost thought without a filter. At just 22, Eilish has already lived a life many could only dream of, but her story is far from over as she continues to evolve, challenges norms, and speak truth through her art. One thing remains clear: Billie isn't just writing songs, she is shaping history.